Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I want to talk about the power of compound interest when it comes to SEO. So you would hear people in the 1970s and the 1980s and even into the 1990s, they would talk about compounding interest when it came to finances, saying that basically if you put money in the bank and let it compound interest over time, that money would grow. There's a similar thing when it comes to creating content on the web, whether it's blog content, whether it's video content as far as YouTube, when it comes to podcasting content. And there's a reason why that compounding interest is beneficial to you when it comes to SEO. For example, have you ever wondered why that websites that seem to create blog content, high quality blog content, not just any old crappy 300 word posts, but blogs that consistently show up month after month, year after year, tend to have a lot more positions and results in the search rankings, meaning if you type in something, they show up for that. They tend to have a blog article that's covered that. You know, that's what I'm talking about with compounding interest. You know, the same thing with YouTube when it comes to that. If you put out a bunch of videos day after day after day, or week after week after week on a consistent schedule, what's going to happen is eventually that YouTube algorithm is going to start pushing your content, and you're going to grow your audience just by showing up every day. You know, the same thing with podcasting. Have you ever wondered why some podcasts succeed over a long period of time? You know, some podcasts are very lucky, and they come out to a big jump right away. And I'm talking about not, entertainment podcasts or anything like that, but just ones that are dealing with, business or industry or whatever it is, whatever type of podcast that you're putting out there to try and promote your business and gain recognition. But the ones that seem to do well over time are the ones that consistently show up on schedule. They show up, consistently over years and years, and they don't take extended 2-year breaks. But the ones that consistently show up on schedule, and people know that they're going to get good content. They're going to hear good interviews. They're going to, get good insights from those podcasts on a particular subject. That's what I'm talking about with compound interest when it comes to creating stuff that you're putting out there. Now, keep in mind that, there's more written, audio, video content being created now, every year, than there was in the first, few thousand years of human history. That's what I'm saying. There's so many people have the ability to publish content now that to stand out, you really have to do something that's above and beyond, and you can't quit after a week. You can't quit after 4 blog posts, or you can't quit your podcast after 20 episodes if it doesn't take off and you don't have sponsors. You can't quit your YouTube channel after 100 videos if you don't have, 1 million subscribers. You really have to keep at this stuff, because the compounding interest principle when it comes to showing up and ranking and having good SEO is one thing happens. One, you develop your voice a lot better. You develop your written voice, you develop your video voice, you develop your podcasting voice a lot better because of practice and repetition, and you learn about your audience because you're getting feedback, you're getting comments, you're getting people that are emailing you saying that they want to hear more about this subject, or they have a question about something that you said in this blog post or this video or this podcast, and that gives you more ideas of content to create. But if you don't put it out there and you don't keep showing up on a consistent basis, on a schedule, then what happens is you lose momentum. And once you lose momentum, it becomes really hard to get it back, because other people come and take that place. Nature abhors a vacuum, and if there is a void, something is going to come and fill it. Especially with podcasting, that seems to be a thing where if you take too long of a break, other podcasts come in and it becomes part of people's daily schedule. Same thing with YouTube. If you take too long of a break, some other channel comes up, and that becomes part of people's everyday schedule. Same thing with email lists. Same thing with blogs. If you take a year off or 2 years off or 3 years off, and then you decide you're going to get back into it. It takes a long time to build that momentum back up again, because all the people who were following you and reading your blog posts or listening to your podcast or watching your YouTube, they've moved on to somebody else that can fulfill what they're looking for and answer their questions and help them become better versions of themselves. So my biggest thing to urge you with is, once you start creating content, keep at it consistently. Have someone in your organization dedicated to this, or have a team of people that are dedicated to this. Is the most important thing that you can do as far as marketing yourself and having good SEO and being found out there. It's a numbers game, and who produces the most content is usually going to win, because of virtue of being better, of virtue of having developed their voice, and by virtue of having developed an audience over time that is coming to hear that voice that resonates with them and tells them what they need to know, and helps build them up and teach them things that they didn't know before. My name's Sean Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here every single day making videos on SEO, practicing what I preach. Thank you to all the new subscribers who have come on recently. I really super appreciate it. I see you. I appreciate you. I will be here tomorrow. Till next time, peace.